Welcome back to Tran Plays Barotrauma. We are going to do some exciting genetic refinement today. I don't know if exciting is the right word, but I need to hype it. Let's take a look at how we're going to do this. You note that our doctor is wearing a little bit of a different outfit. This is a VIP outfit. Remember that this is the AnimEuropa mod, meaning that all the characters have more anime-ish outfits. I don't know what the VIP outfit looks like on a girl in the vanilla game, but this is like a, what do you call it, ballroom, or not ballroom? I guess a gala event dress. Anyways, it adds plus 15 medical. I combine that by having Bob follow her around. That's another plus 10. And then Bob is going to use this horn, and that will give another. Oh, he has to drop the cases. That's fine. But the horn will also give. Let's see. Plus 15. Combine that with the Dr. Doris's first aid, which is a special talent given to her by being Aunt Doris. Then that will boost her to a total of 185. However, that's not enough to totally mitigate the failure chances of refinement. It's not to be confused with combining. Let's see here. Yeah, combining is different than refinement. Refinement is when you're increasing the quality of one of your genetic materials, and combining is when you're putting those two together. The high medical will give her greater chances of successfully refining. However, if I wanted to really max it out, I'd have a new assistant, apprentice to a doctor, and then that should really boost me up further. But let's go ahead and go with as we have now. I'll show you what refinement looks like typically. Let's go ahead and just slap down a stabilized zone and unidentified genetic material. I only have like 2 of these stabilized zones in my submarine, so I'm constantly going through this stuff right here, even though I buy up pretty much as I can. And just for the sake of things, we'll just go ahead and drop these on the floor for a second so he can honk the horn. Normally she's carrying the canister, so I might as well just have her do it. We'll just put Bob right underneath. We'll honk the horn again. That's right. Researching doesn't matter for the horn. So this is a 50%. I mean, it's okay, but mollusk is not particularly great, or at least people don't seem to think much of it. So if I wanted to refine these, I would have like a mollusk and a mollusk together. And I'll try refining some more until we get 2 of the same ones. Take any unidentified genetic material and then take a stabilized zone. It can be in either Q or input. It doesn't matter which one I do. So if I wanted to, for example, put the medicine in the first one and then UGM in the second one, it's okay. Nothing changes. It doesn't even matter who you get it from. If you kill a crawler, you would still get a UGM, and then you could research it. And if you don't like it, you can even load the game and get a different one. So I haven't yet gotten the same one. I'm going to keep going until we get the same one so I can show you what refining is. Right now we're doing what is called researching. Now I do think that with as extensive as electric engineering is in the game, I think they could definitely do this more with genetics, and I think the enemies that you kill should give you a specific genetic thing. I should have to kill a Moloch to get a Moloch genetic material. Right, did I? Yeah, here we go. So let's say I wanted to combine these two. I might have a better one in the base, so let's actually see. Moloch, right here. We have a 90% and 84%, so yeah, this is fine to go and combine. So we'll go ahead and go back to Doctor. While you might be able to change this number here that's represented, I don't believe that's actually accurate. I think it uses the highest one. With the lower one on the left and the higher one on the right, it says 2%. With the higher one on the left and the lower one on the right, it says 3%. Again, I think it's just going to be 3% regardless. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll switch over to Bob, honk the horn, and it's down to 1%. Now, I don't know when it counts it, but I will honk the horn a second time during the middle of it to make sure it lasts all the way through to the completion of this, and I should hopefully not have a tainted one. So now now it is not tainted. I think it was like 33% before, and it went up 16% to 49%. You have a base 3 to 8% increase when you refine, and with my advanced with my gene splicer perk, that becomes 13 to 18%, or on average 15%. Finding and combining genetic materials has a chance of tainting them, dependent on your medical skill. Combining genetic materials of different type always taints them. Unless, of course, you have this. 99% less likely to taint the materials. Tainted genes cannot be refined or combined further, and using them will have unexpected side effects. Alright, so let's go ahead and combine these two. Let me double check my spreadsheet though. And I'm going to, one of the reasons I was explaining all of this is I want to show you the madness that I do off camera in most of the games I play. Okay, this is only for nerds like me, alright? Everybody else is probably going to just tune out and fall asleep or click off the video. Whenever I have a spreadsheet and I make kind of a white background on something, that means that this is user input. You type in something here. We just made a Moloch. Now we need 4 of them. You can see here that we have 4 yeses, and I'll explain what the 1B, 2A, and all that stuff means, but I need 4 complete Molochs, or, you know, up to, I want to max out 4 Molochs is what I'm saying. I currently already had 2, as you saw in my storage locker when we flipped over to Captain Tran and saw what I had in the locker. We had 2 of them ready. Well, we have, at this point, a 49%. I'm going to type in 49 here. We're now up to 62% completion. Let's say that I had an extra Moloch sitting around. Let's say 10%. By the way, when you're combining 2 things, the lower one never matters. It could be 20%, 10%. It's still going to give you about a 15% increase with the proper talent. So anyways, if I had 1 mutagen, that's going to go ahead and add 15% to this, theoretically, just on average. So this would, my calculator would assume that this would be roughly 64% now. So with 2 and 64%, and I need 4, my formula here says that I have 66% of my Moloch genes gathered up. So yeah, I'm a big spreadsheet dude. Surprisingly, I actually have okay, so Hammerhead Matriarch, I was gonna have everybody take that, okay? But what is surprising is that's not actually the item I have the least of. The item I have the least of is Mantis, with what I need to complete. I need 6 full Mantises for my whole team to make my party run on land, which I assume that means like inside the submarine, because you're not really going around on land. So I'm assuming this means increases movement speed when you're actually running or walking. Anyways, so I want 6 of those. And I don't have any materials ready, but I do have 3 mutagens available, with my highest being 57%. So that says that I'm at 17% completed, and that makes sense. I don't even have 1 of them, right? And I might be able to fuse 1 of them. So 1 out of 6, I could see that being roughly 17%. Okay. Let's talk about the 1A and 1B. The way an advanced gene splicer works is it has 2 slots for genetic material. You can always combine 2 genetic materials together. So with 2 slots and 2 genetic materials each, that is 4 genes that you can equip. To my knowledge, I haven't actually fused with anybody yet, but I have read a little about this. I haven't actually applied it. A lot of stuff I practice or read about or whatever. I plan. Plan is the right word. And I don't do it until I start recording. All right. So let's take a look at Fogaretti, because that's who we have materials for at this time. We have, if I flip back to the game, genetic material Moloch. Wait, no, right here. Genetic material Tiger Thresher and genetic material Crawler. Flip back. We have Crawler, that's 2B, increases swimming speed by 50%. And Tiger Thresher, that is 2A, decreases subject's oxygen consumption by 100%. The idea is that if I combine certain things, I might be able to mix and match components as necessary, if required, if I needed to change my mind or something. But yeah, we're gonna have the swimming genes combined, and then we're gonna have the Hammerhead Matriarch. Everybody's getting that. That's just healing. It just sounds good. Maybe it's not, but it just sounds good. And that's gonna be combined with a separate attribute for the character. So before we plug anything into Fogaretti, we'll need the Matriarch and the Mantis combined, because when you unequip the splicer, the genes inside are lost. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and for Fogaretti, since he's the only human that is using both the Tiger Thresher and Crawler combined. See, we have the engineer bots and the security bot, but he's the only human player, so he's going to be the first to get this. All right, let's try to combine this, and hopefully we will succeed and not get this tainted. There is no number after genetic material Crawler, because that's actually at 100%. This is at 99%, and you may say, well, in this case, I'm going to do badly. I'm not going to get a good gene. Well, after combining, to my knowledge, again, I haven't actually done this. After combining, it averages them out, but will then still add my 10% bonus. I'm not 100% sure again. So we'll go and combine this, and hopefully we get a not tainted gene. Yeah, okay, not tainted. It is a combination genetic material tiger thresher crawler. We now have a super gene that is that decreases subject's oxygen consumption by 100% and increases swimming speed by 50%. Yeah, Fogaretti's gonna be mega fast. And the reason why I picked this was because he wanted the safety harness, and it's not that I'm projecting or anything, but I'm trying to make certain assumptions about the viewers so that I can create attributes that they enjoy, such as how Officer Neva likes guns, so I make her our gun-toting warrior who is in charge of killing things on the ship. And since she doesn't like going outside the sub, Nashvex is basically our guy in charge of just taking the heavy machine gun or axe to anybody outside the submarine. Yeah, the gene here will be for Fogaretti. We'll be, of course, making others as we get them, but we're still working on our genetic lab. Hammerhead allows the subject to do 100% more damage with melee weapons. That'll go to Nashvex with his boarding axe. Then I'll combine that with our Moloch, which we do actually have enough to combine, because it says here we have 2 materials ready. So I'll just combine that with our Moloch, and he will have half of his gene ready to be spliced. Or that's how you say it? I don't know. We'll probably give him the toy hammer and have him club a Moloch with the toy hammer. I don't think it doesn't inflict any damage, but it's for a quest. I don't remember. Maybe a latcher, an endworm, something. It'll be fun. Hopefully. Good luck. It's been 2 hours since we've docked at port, thanks to my handy dandy timer that we have installed in the submarine. It's probably my greatest invention in sub. Over here. The way it works is now there might be better ways that other people who play the game longer have figured out, but this is the way I figured out. And remember, this is my first campaign. So the way it works is all the stuff right here links to this. When I'm at port, this door is open because I never knew for sure if this port down here was ever used for anything. I fall a lot now that my character is actually faster. I never knew if this did anything, if I would ever dock at a station from above or anything like that. Since I basically have assumed by this point that we only dock from the top, when this door is open, it tells me that I'm at port. When the door is closed, it tells me that I'm at sea. Because I do think it's ridiculous that we have 2 different airlocks, and that's understandable for the game's mechanics, that they, for whatever reason, the game developers have just made one a docking one and one an exit one. I don't know. Anyways, so what happens is it compares to a delayed component that I have put in what the door was before. If it doesn't match, it then resets the timer, because that means that it's gone from closed to open or open to closed. And then at that point, if it's open, it says port. If it's closed, it says sea. That's how it works. Just going through it real quickly. All right. Since we're done here, again, 2 hours of progress, it is now time to mutate our players. First up, Fogaretti. Again, we go in the order that people join our team in. We have Fogaretti's Gene Splicer, which will be equipped with the Hammerhead, Matriarch, and Mantis, giving him regeneration. Everybody's going to have regeneration, period. Maybe it's not as good as I think, but, I mean, I just fell down a ladder here. This would make me not have to worry about it. It also makes him faster. Bam, on land. This Tiger Thresher makes him not require oxygen and makes him swim faster. Now, that being said, I'm not exactly sure how this works. Let me show you. If I hate that the bars and stuff move to the right. If I insert this here, I always wondered what this was about. I thought maybe it was like a EKG or something. But yeah, we just put that in there. Blood ejects from his abdomen. Now he has all these perks. So it says 100% oxygen less, 100% less oxygen consumption. However, if I make him go ragdoll here, he starts going oxygen low. So he does require oxygen, unfortunately. Officer Neva, she is our stalwart guardian. She has things like 25% more stun against monsters in the submarine, inflicts more bleeding damage, which is something that rifles can do. So she is basically our guardian of the sub. She makes sure everybody inside is safe from anything that enters, whereas Pogretti makes sure that everything inside is safe from the horrors of Jovian water. Oh, she gets regeneration and speed, just like Pogretti, but her difference is Mollusk and Mollusk. She gets resistance to physical damage by 25%. When she gets hit, she gets 10% vigor. Now that being said, I understand that this is not one you would consider a higher tier trait. However, I wanted defensive type applications for her because there are no gun applications. If there was something that says like your gun does 50% more damage, sure, I would throw that on there. But we're gonna go ahead and give her Mollusk and Mollusk. When I clicked after hitting H, it made the left clicking here takes you out of the health menu. So now she's extra durable. Also, there are mods on the Steam Workshop that will enhance what you call the lower tier things. So stuff like Skitterling and such, Mudraptor Beak, those will be enhanced to bring them up to on par with the higher quality genetics. For Nashvex, now I have posted asking if you guys had any preferences and nobody said anything, so hopefully you don't hold it against me, but we're going to turn you into a husk. So you get the Hammerhead Matriarch, just again, everybody's taking that, bar none. But you will also have the ability to prevent from becoming controlled by the parasite. So you are going to live a symbiotic relationship with this parasite. Additionally, you will do 100% more damage with melee weapons, and you'll have increased physical damage resistance. Now there is another genetic or material that gives you something like 150% more physical damage after you've received damage, which sounds great, and I have no problem with that. However, my interest is don't get hit. Kill things. That's unlikely to happen, but still, this is the way we've set them up. Let's go ahead and pop that in. And we'll need here. Don't have any husk eggs on me, so on our next trip out, we will have to find some. All right, I think we're done here. Let's get sailing. I don't know why I rotated over to the captain. Then this next area is Tier 2 Scout submarines, and I'm thinking of getting the Orca too. However, I'm definitely open to suggestions. I know that I ended up picking the Orca in the last time I did a call for submarines, but that's because there was really a tie vote and everything, and I had originally said that if all things were equal, I'll just go Orca. In this case, again, if all things are equal, I'll go for the Orca too, and I'll explain that as we sail. But I definitely want to hear your opinions on this because I am new to the game. Now, I feel like I learn quickly and do well. I don't know how many other YouTubers on their first campaign through make videos on electrical engineering, right? So I think I do well. And that's something that I pride myself in, is being good at stuff. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but whatever. Just roll with me here. That and editing, such as editing off this long loading screen. Now, if I even so much as touch containers, clowns and other people will accuse me of stealing. Nitroglycerin. However, those are waterproof containers, so it doesn't really matter. And then clown parts. So yeah, we're safe. Because these storage containers are right underneath the duct and the door, they could easily blow up. Get everybody in position. I am using a new mouse at this time. It doesn't have the mouse wheel issue as I had before, where mouse wheeling down would sometimes go up, mouse wheeling up would sometimes go down. However, it doesn't do fine-tuning adjustments very well. We need to get some husk eggs. And we are not going to cook them, Nashvex, because, you know, we don't want to hurt the parasite inside. It's going to be your new friend. You might as well give it a name. screwdriver back out. There. Flashbacks hop out. Alright, I hear something. And it's husks. Excellent. Now, meleeing husks is probably a bad idea, considering you'll get infected, but that's exactly what I want. And just in case it didn't work, we'll eat these eggs. Oh, I mean, one. Alright, so let's go ahead and have 3, 2, 3, 6. Leaks first. Flip this on. Flip that on. And flip that on. Alright, you take care of the rest. And we'll be back for you once things are done. Everybody positions while we're just moving. No stopping for anything. Alright, Nashvax, how are things going over here? We don't know of any husk infection yet, so let's just go ahead and... There we go. Give you a treatment of eggs. Everybody still working there. You seem confused. The room is draining, that's all that really matters. Alright, let's take a look at our loot. Don't really want any of that. I don't think you can spawn batteries inside these, but sometimes I get the lag as if something did spawn. See anything. Oh, apparently my sub is back. No, that's not my sub. What? Is that an enemy sub? Wait, what? No, okay, that's just lag. Sometimes when you go back to a sonar, it takes a second for it to actually update, even though the sonar's been running this whole time. Alright, we are husk infected. All husk infected. Medium, it says. I think this actually works. It's probably not functional at all. Yeah, it has no power. Take the oxygen out of that. Can we do that? Fine, we'll just leave it then. Why are you not firing at that guy? Just watched him dock with our ship. Okay, he is heading in the right direction. That's fine. Someone wants a piece of him. But he regenerates and does 100% more melee damage. Strange chitinous appendage bursts out of your mouth. Use it to inject eggs into a living body by pressing R. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay, hopefully the doctor will not attempt to heal my Huskish. Let's have the doctor grab him real quick, see if we'll change any of the AI interactions. Okay. And switch over. It doesn't do anything. Okay, she's ignoring his huskification. Actually, I don't know if the clowns will like grab that, so we're gonna actually we are gonna stow that safely in the toxin cabinet, where they normally are. Oh, he can't even give himself orders for the AI. That's kind of funny. But he should still be able to give himself AI commands, even if he doesn't have to talk. Wrench. This. And we'll have him sit tight right there. Wish that stuff would not move. It moves all the time. I can't even make the circles slide over. We still have a couple swarms to defeat, but now we have a husk. We'll wait to make sure that the huskification is still underway and maxed out before we try the next segment of our husk tests. Well, the reason why I wanted him to be a husk is I wanted to try to make him the ultimate expedition leader. Let's go with test number 1. First off, we're just gonna have him ragdoll in the water. He doesn't seem to require any air. That's good. Test number 2. Bob is stuck. Fine. Nashvex can take this exit. One second, I gotta pause. Normally I try to make that as seamless as possible, but the red text was scrolling when I did that. So. Otherwise, normally you wouldn't even see me exit or pause the menu. So I see the high pressure, but you see that even with the suit. And normally, if I were dying by pressure, the screen would be zooming super in and shaking. But yeah, he's totally fine. Let's just run around the ship real quick, welding it to make sure that he doesn't just explode on us. He requires no oxygen, nothing to worry about for pressure. Also, he's the character that has been inside the PUCS for the most amount of time. I have enough Psychorium bars and stuff to equip everybody, I think. Is it Psychorium bars? Whatever it is, I'm sure I have enough resources for it. I just don't, because then everybody's going to look the same. He'll be fine. He'll he'll walk it off because he's got the matriarch ability. Okay, so let's go ahead and just stow these oxygen tanks in here. We need. Now that being said, we probably will dress him up in this outfit. Oh, and I also downloaded a new mod. Hold on, I'm gonna actually put this in because he shouldn't require oxygen, right? Still beep. Why is the oxygen low? Why? Why? Alright, anyways, so that's an exosuit. Instead of being the exosuit that by default it is, I turned it into sort of mecha thing by downloading a Steam Workshop mod, which I'll include in the description below. All of the mods I have installed are aesthetic or graphic only. None of them interfere with the game as far as I know, other than the performance one, I suppose. Yes, it does change it that I can see what's inside the container without having to hover over everything, right? But everything is just graphics, period. I do have my eye on certain game-changing mods later on, such as new submarines or maybe like new guns or something. I don't quite know what's all out there, but I want to kind of have... Why is he still oxygen low? Well, let me switch out and switch back. No, apparently the game glitches a little bit. He doesn't quite understand how husks... I guess he doesn't take in air, so he can't cure that oxygen low. That is very weird. I'll deal with it later. I have a little bit of trouble fine-tuning my mouse movements. But yeah, Nashvex, he originally was wearing this outfit earlier on, and then we upgraded him to PUCS. I did mention that I have enough resources to equip everybody in it. I'm not sure which of these we need, but I have 15 Psychorium bars. I definitely don't need Incendium crystals to make the PUCS. I've got 34 Fulgurium chunks, 51 Sulfurite shards, and 11 Demonite clusters, as well as 51 Ballistic fiber, which is a far less valuable item, but it's still useful nonetheless. I am very curious about how to fix his... I slapped on a... Okay, well that's done. That is very weird. I guess the game does not expect that. Ah, see, I'm just trying to move the mouse cursor slightly down to go to Captain Tran. The upcoming patch notes indicated that they're going to make AI better. I'll believe it when I'm able to swim from one station to another without trouble. With the AI, not monsters. Monsters, fine, that's fair game. But like, can they follow each other? Can they navigate there without getting lost? We'll find out. I like that I like that I can stun the giant targets too. I do wish I could see more. Like, I understand that this is supposed to be sonar stuff. I get it. Just for footage purposes. It's for the same reason I don't equip everybody in the PUCS. I want you to be able to watch what's going on. Probably a Moloch or something, because it hasn't died yet. And it may be, for all I know, a broodmother dropping eggs, and that's why you're still firing at it. I like to think that I've improved my Barotrauma gaming abilities since the very first episodes we were playing, since we started. And hopefully you agree. I say this as I overshoot the target, but that happens, right? Normally I use the autopilot. I'm assuming all that sound is my gene splicers being reinserted to each player. Alright, let's take a look at everything. Officer Naven, now's not the time to kill everybody. These are peaceful people. Egg, anything to catch my eye? It's on Oxygenite's shard. Saw some stabilize zone. Got some UEX. We'll probably start stocking up on that again. I had a lot, but I started getting rid of some stuff when my game was lagging. That was before I installed the performance mod. Do you not have any Fulgurium battery cells? Yeah, there they are. Actually, speaking of which, I have trouble uninstalling Lua. At the main menu, there's a button here that says Lua settings. I've also gone to the mod window in the main menu, and I've even typed in the workshop Steam ID number into my computer, found 2 folders for it, and deleted them. I cannot uninstall Lua, no matter what I do. The reason why I thought about uninstalling it, and I would still keep it for the recording purposes, but the reason I wanted to try uninstalling it was, I have not unlocked any Steam achievements ever since I installed that. I mean, the day is the same. And I don't actually get to play Barotrauma every day, so the same day was my last Steam achievement, was the same day I ended up installing Lua. I even tried starting a brand new campaign, in case this one could not unlock any further achievements. You need some stabilize zone. And yeah, it doesn't even work there either. Would this doctor try to heal Nashvex's if I treat everybody? Yeah, alright. We'll just have to make sure we don't accidentally treat it. And it's not that big a deal, it's just I keep everything. I even still have my captain's pipe and original hat in the security cabinet next to the helm or navigation terminal. So, I mean, it would have been nice. This is new. Because it immediately broke as part of the event, they are all talking about how it's broken and they need to call for help. Anyways, a nearby research terminal draws your attention. It flickers on and off rapidly for a while, then goes dark. You try pressing a couple buttons. No response. Putting a side panel reveals a tangle of wires and some kind of processing unit seemingly in perfect condition. Scavenge for parts probably gives me some marks or something. Maybe a component, which I doubt I'll need. Attempt to repair terminal, we'll try that. Maybe it'll give us a rep. And back away, I guess that means we exit the event. So we're just going to try attempting to repair the terminal. You jiggle some display cables and the terminal comes back to life. Poking around the system reveals some opportunities. Looks like it's connected to the outpost outfitting service. What do you want to do? This is probably just regular blue coil gun ammunition. If it was Psychorium, maybe worth thinking about clicking on. This probably does absolutely nothing. Install an old school first person shooter on the system, but it's worth as much as the blue coil gun ammo is to me, so we're going to click on this and see what happens. You carry on the age-old tradition of installing the game on any platform possible. This accomplishes nothing, except to give you a good feeling as you chuckle to yourself. Mission complete. they're all pounding that button to try to access it. If I bring our security officers, I bet to security 3 to SUX. I bet they'll find new loot in it. So we've done the doctor. Here's the engineering station. Let's actually take a look at their stuff. So even though Ogorium, even though we're going to replace our submarine, which with what, I don't know yet. We'll just go ahead and top it off. I will also leave all of the installed components, just because I can. And also I would have to manually go to each component and wrench it off the wall. Well, let's take a look briefly about what we've got available. This is a place with Scout Class Tier 2 subs. First, we'll take a look at the Azimuth. I don't know much about the Azimuth, but it does not have a medical fabricator, which is not really a point of concern for me. If I were to fabricate anything at sea, it'd probably be the regular fabricator. But you know how I tend to be loaded with gear. It's not something that particularly worries me. As for gun coverage, it has this large gun on the bottom, this large gun on the side. I think those are large guns. Maybe those are regular turrets. No, it's not gonna. I think those are real small turrets, and a hard point right here. Let's see, it also has 3 diving suit spots, like our Orca 1 does. The Orca 2, I have no particular allegiance to the Orca line or whatever. It's not because it's Orca 2 I'm considering it. It has nothing to do with that. It's just a very fast sub, and that's what I'm looking for. It has, looks like 2 docking suits, really? Oh, here's 3 more, okay, well, and 2 more, okay, I see. I do like that it's strewn throughout the ship, because I did think it was obnoxious that if my guys wanted diving suits, they'd have to go to the very top. But if the sub is flooding, it might be it might be pushing you to the bottom. Anyways, the command room has moved down 1. The armory is no longer in the middle; it's now up here. So things have moved around. It'll take us a little time to get used to, assuming, of course, that we did go with the Orca 2. But yeah, I like the speed. Here's the large gun. I like that it's now more forward. So because you're moving to the right in the game, if you don't have a gun on the right, you are maybe at a disadvantage. We have small hardpoint here and a small gun here, which still covers a great deal of the ship. The electrical discharge coil is now on this side, which makes sense. This is kind of a slightly more vulnerable area, but I do think it would have been better off being here instead. If you have suggestions about what ship you'd like me to take, be sure to let me know. Since I am new to the game, I'm definitely open to hearing your opinions on it. All the stuff I come up with is just things I read about and have not yet put into practice, like the Nashvex husk thing. For all I knew, he was gonna start dying due to pressure. He has a repeat clown transport mission, which doesn't even trigger because there's only one destination. Oh, and of course, I haven't done an advertisement for it in a while because I wanted to lay off for a bit. But I am still looking for good recruits. If you are interested in joining our team, be sure to let me know by leaving your name in the comments below and any requests such as personality type or class, even talents or genetics, whatever. I'm sticking currently to the rule of thumb where unless it's an event character, I won't be recruiting anybody. And until we actually get more people joining, I will not use the HR manager. You could still take any of our existing crews, such as Officer Petron, Aunt Doris, Birdie Doolittle, or Engineer Bots. Yeah, if I end up having to go to like a tier 3 sub, which requires 12 people, and I only have these, is it 9? I'll just have to deal with it. I think that adds an interesting element to having a collaborative YouTube project. Because that's how I see it. These videos would go nowhere without anybody watching. So that's why, you know, if everybody wants me to take the big rig, we'll do that. I think driving a thing that's slow as molasses is not my favorite thing to do, but we can probably get in a lot of trouble with it. That's worth the content right there. If you're looking for an attack class submarine, such as the Typhon 2, I hear, by the way, bots can use the Typhon 2 guns now. If you're looking for attack subs, let me know about that. We can pick one up at the Serac. Thank you very much for watching Tran Plays Barotrauma. I'll see you next time.